Hey everybody, how you all doing? Welcome back to Horror Month. And then today, as part of my little community post, I decided to review this movie. This is more of like a hidden gem. And this movie is very interesting, very weird. There's just a lot to unpack with it. This movie is called Nomads. It came in 1986 and it stars Pierce Brosnan. Yes. Way before he took up the title of Bond. And around this time, he was on a little show, you might have heard of it, Falcon Crest. So, yeah, what do you do when you take one of the most popular, handsome guys in Hollywood at the time and put him in a horror movie that involves, well, it's really hard to explain. Well, you get a convoluted mess. And the fact that John McTiernan, yes, the same director that directed Die Hard, was tied to this project, I thought it would be good. No, this one is just one of those, like, what the hell is going on? The plot of this movie is just very weird. It's so inconsistent. The narrative's everywhere. But I'm going to get my damnedest to explain this in a nutshell. So what happens is, Pierce Brosnan plays a French anthropologist. At the beginning of the movie, somehow he's in a hospital, and somehow something's going on with him. We meet this doctor, played by Lesley Down, a popular soap opera star turned actress and horror icon, I believe it, well, in my opinion. But anyway, as I digress, so she's trying to figure out what the heck's going on with him, and somehow he dies. Yeah, in this crazy opening scene that happens in the beginning of the movie while trying to examine him, he ends up dying, but before he does, he says something and attacks her. Then for the rest of the movie, it gets really, really, really bizarre. All of a sudden somehow, she's starting to experience like these hallucinations or these memories of Brosnan's character. And you find more about what's he doing, where is he from, what he does. So, again, like I say, he was a French anthropologist. Somehow he and his wife had moved to L.A., he's taking up a job, but something weird has happened in their neighborhood. So, it's like you're trying to understand the plot of that, while at the same time trying to figure out, okay, how is she going to help figure out what these guys are? Like, so something's going on in this neighborhood that involves like this group of bikers, but turns out they're not bikers. I'm just going to leave it at that because it gets really weird, very confusing, but it becomes more like a trippy acid trip. And this is where, like I said, the narrative just falls off. And it's a damn shame because it had everything going. But I will admit, watching Pierce Brosnan just go from this cool straight-laced man just all of a sudden turn to this madman of like, oh my God, I must warn you, something's going on in my town. Something's going on here in LA. It's just very, very weird what's going on. And like, you get invested in him. And then but here's the thing, you're trying to figure out, wait, is this guy alive? Is he dead? There's a whole mythos that you try to unravel. And by the time the end of the movie happens, you're like, what? You're just scratching your head. And this is where this is one of those movies where I just said, what the fuck just happened? I did not understand this movie whatsoever. I feel like, again, there's a disconnect. It's like, if you're going to try to do something interesting, make it work. And also the final act just left open like, okay, so wait, were they supposed to get away? Is the guy dead? Did he come back to life? Again, there's a whole lot of questions. That's all I'm going to leave out to you. But here there's a really creepy scene of Brosnan in a very decrepit, rundown building that turns out is actually run by a local church. But there's the crazy thing. He's talking to a nun, but you find out that, wait a minute, is she a nun or is she a ghost? You don't know. That's the crazy thing about this movie. But her delivery and her story is just incredible. That, to me, that kind of just stole the show for me in this movie. But as far as the rest of this movie, again, it's like it flip-flops back and forth, trying to figure out what the hell's going on. Trying to figure out, hey, did she just run away? Like, again, there's a whole lot of disconnect throughout the movie. And it's a damn shame. I think John McTiernan had something great going on. I felt like if they maybe just fleshed out some of these characters more and maybe create a much stronger final act, I think the final product would have been a lot better. And I would have maybe rated this movie much higher and just say, give this movie a watch because this movie, but however, I'm going to say the exact opposite. Avoid this movie. And this movie was recommended to me through Shout Factory. Thanks, Shout Factory, for ruining an hour and 40 minutes of my fucking day. This movie just fucking sucked. I'm sorry. Okay, I want to redeem myself here, and it's only the second episode of Horror Month this year. So yeah, I'm sorry, folks. I mean, I really want. The only thing I gotta say about it is just the star power in this movie. It just really works. Everything else about it just falls apart. Falls apart, and they just it hurts. It hurts them. And I'm glad like Chris Brosnan was able to bounce back from this. Hello, stay on for doing Falcon. I mean, not Falcon Crest. Remington Steele. Where the hell his show is. But he does that. Goes on to bigger, better things. Plays James Bond and all this other good stuff. And he's still active to this day. And he has a good home in Hawaii. So hey. But anyway, so my final score for this convoluted fuck mess of a fuck movie, I'm going to give it a freaking 3 out of 10. I want to rate it a little higher, but again, the star power and some really cool jump scares for me kind of brought this movie up. But again, there's a whole lot more that this movie just needed a lot of work on. And like I said, damn, this movie just freaking sucked. It needed a whole lot of work. All right. So yeah, I'm going to say avoid this pick from Shout Factory, okay? But anyway, that's just for today. Thumbs up the video, subscribe to my channel, stay tuned for some more awesome, exciting content.